Good Thanksgiving Day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on a, well, misty, damp fall morning. It shows to be, the temperature shows to be outside about 60 degrees, which is not that bad, but I wouldn't want to be walking where that guy is right there. No, it's a little too misty for me. Remember the movie with Clint Eastwood, Play Misty for Me? But anyway, yeah, Fort Clark Springs, Southwest Texas, not too far from the Texas-Mexico border. And I just wanted to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and happy holiday period and all that stuff. And point out to you that do what you want to do while you're able to do it. So with that in mind, I am. What am I going to do? Probably nothing, but it occurred to me, I just moved back into my RV, my Class C motorhome from my tiny home. I know the picture's kind of crappy because of the mist and it's going to go in and out and in and out and stuff, but it's either that or look at me, so that was a no-brainer, And the house deal, I thought, it's something how we're programmed to believe, or we're programmed to think that having a sticks and bricks is the only way to live. Well, in a way, I guess it is for 90% of the population of the world, but for a few of us out here, the Looney Tunes group, I guess, me, I like living in the RV, the smaller space, for a lot of reasons. For me, apparently it's healthier. I mean, for one thing, I don't know if that's true or not. Could be a coincidence. Do I believe in coincidence? No. Things happen for a reason, and you got to try to figure that out. But having said that, so what I've done here in Fort Clark Springs, as you know, I've got a covered parking spot for my Class C motorhome, and connected to a screened-in porch, which connected to a tiny home, about 400 square feet. And the price was okay. I mean, it's a good deal, I think. And I've been here for a little over a year now, or I've owned the place for a little over a year, and I'll probably own it another year. Why? Because I don't want to get rid of it. Because I checked yesterday, I thought, well, if I don't need a home, why don't I just find me a covered RV site, or a place to put a covered RV site. And I have to tell you, by the time you get all the numbers done, you'll have more invested in that property than I have invested in mine. That is if you can find somebody to do it. I mean, if you can find somebody to do the cover and stuff. But anyway, so that's kind of what I'm going to hang on to. I'm going to look for some places around, but not seriously look, just kind of casually to have something to do. Because life for me is, planning things, thinking about things, and then either doing them or shelving them, like not doing them. But at least I try to eliminate the reasons for doing it and put out there the reasons for not doing it. So, yeah, this is a neat little area. I got to tell you, this is a really neat place to live for me. It's a gated, truly gated community. I mean, they have guards here at the gate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they patrol this place all day long and night. They do. Yep, because I hear them pass by my place late at night. And that's good. Yeah, because I pay a property owner association fee of about $90 a month. Which is a hell of a deal, because they'll come pick up, old refrigerators and old furniture and stuff at no charge. I mean, they'll, if you have tree limbs to be hauled off, they'll do that free of charge. So you get a lot with that property owners association fee. And so now we're going to go. There's a little traffic here on Highway 90, not much, but anyway. Normally, I would not have bought in a place that had a property owners association, because in addition to the fee, they'll have an architectural committee that determines what you can and cannot add to your place. For those of you that want to know the price of gasoline and diesel, gasoline is $2.89 a gallon for regular unleaded. Diesel is $4.43 a gallon for regular unleaded here in Brackettville. This is Brackettville now. We crossed Highway 90 and now we're in Brackettville, Texas. And what are we going to do? Well, I got all the moving finished back into the Class C RV. I've got everything ready to prepare my bountiful feast for Thanksgiving, which will be, well, actually it's going to be pretty good. I'll make me some stovetop dressing. I've got some ham, some honey glazed ham, and chicken breast, a small one. And I won't eat all of it, but I'll prepare it. And I'm going to make me some pea salad to have with it for a green. And yeah, that'll be it. Just a simple little sit-down meal. And then I'll do what everybody else does, watch a football game. Or no, I don't watch football, but I'll do something just equally as ignorant or whatever. And I'll watch, I don't know. You know what I hate about YouTube and all these other things is you know, they start showing you stuff that you're interested in, which is okay. I mean, everybody said, well, what's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with it? I'd like to see something new every now and then. I'd like to see something I may not be interested in, but check me out. You know, send it to me and let me make up my mind instead of you making it up for me. That's what I want. And I don't get much variety. I have to actually type in a topic and search for it, and then they'll just pull in the results that are in line with my interests. I mean, it's we live in a interesting world, big brother. George Orwell, 1984. This is just a Thanksgiving driving video, nothing else. Relax, chill out. It won't be long. You know what the dog said when they cut his tail off? It won't be long now. But be that as it may, it's a little misty out here. I thought, well, you know, I could sit here in the RV and do a video. But, guys, I like to get out and about. I do. I don't know why I do. I just do. I've got 2,541 miles on my Chevy Spark that I have owned for about 2 months, 2.5 months. I don't know. It figures out to about 1,500 miles a month, which is, for me, I guess, okay. I mean, 1,500 miles, I do notice it on my electric bill, I'll tell you that. I mean, no, everybody would, because what it is, if you add, let's see, that's 1,500 miles would be at 4 miles, would be roughly 400 kilowatts a month, okay? So 400 kilowatts a month is over $50 a month at 13 cents a kilowatt. Of course, that's about half or as much as it would be if I had a gasoline car. And but I'm not trying to cost justify my electric vehicle by having but through the economics. I wanted to find out what they were like, and that's why I've got it. So I've got me a Diet Dr. Pepper out of a can and poured it over some ice, and I've got me some mixed nuts and dark chocolate almonds, and we're just cruising along on a misty, gray fall day in southwest Texas. Again, the temperature shows to be right now 59 degrees. And it's okay. I enjoy days like this. You know, whether it's sunny's nice, actually overcast or partly cloudy is probably my favorite. You know, why? Because it's not so bright. You know. But having said that, enjoy the drive, guys. We're just going to cruise along here. You'll see some birds, some old field larks, and it reminds me of growing up in South Texas on a farm. Because right now, if I could turn the clock back to 1955, I'd be 10 years old, out on the farm, 3 miles south, I guess, of Kennedy, Texas. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that. and up on a hill, beautiful view, and you could walk in the kitchen right now and smell bread cooking and all kind of smells, man. And was that good? Hell yeah, man. Yeah, and then my aunts and uncles would come over and gather at our place out there in the country, and the wives would bring food. You know, they'd bring whatever their specialty was and add it to my mother's cooking. And by the time you got through, you had a feast. I'm telling you, man. It was a big event, a big event. It was a lot of fun. You know, we played games, kids played games outside. Of course, there was 4 children in my family. I was the youngest. My older brother and sister were twins. They were 6 years older. And then I have a sister that's 4 years older than me. So there was a pretty good gap between me and my next sibling. But we also had a cousin. I think he might have been 4 years older than me too. And then what we would do, see, there were guys, we were right next, believe it or not, our property paralleled the golf course and country club in Kennedy, Texas. I mean, for about, hell, over a quarter of a mile on one side there, right, not too, about 50 yards from our house, was, you know, that was all golf course, you know. I used to walk over there and pick up golf balls. Sometimes they hit golf balls over in our way, because one fairway kind of paralleled that side of our property. And yeah, and some of the times the caddies, when they got through caddying, they would come up and we'd play football, sandlot type football. It was a lot of fun. And during the summer, but let's think about Thanksgiving. The whole thing was, I don't know, it was kind of an electric moment, you know. Everybody's there, you know, there's a lot of laughter and joking, you know, kidding everybody and you know, talking about what they were doing at that time. Of course, my dad was a farmer, my uncle was a farmer, one uncle was a farmer, and then one uncle worked for they set these big tanks, you know, for different things. I don't know what it was, the name of the deal was, and he was in the Navy. He was a boxer. Oh yeah, he was muscle man, I guarantee you. And me and my brother he'd stick his arms straight out, and we could do chin-ups on his arms. No, he was the bionic man, no doubt about that. But yeah, he had a good sense of humor. I mean, he did the magic tricks, you know what I mean, where they would pull a coin out from behind your ear. Man, I never did figure that out. And he'd reach up, and my mother had these small little cup-like planter boxes in the living room, and he would reach up there and pull out a coin. Man, when they left, I took that damn planter apart, man. I was gonna find that damn coin, you know. And I looked in my ears in the mirror trying to see a coin. Yeah, he got in my head, boy. He got in my head, you know. But I never did figure it out. Still haven't figured it out. Of course, I haven't been working on it either. But anyway, we're just cruising, snoozing here on a Thanksgiving morning. So, you know, if you want to take a nap while I'm driving, you go right ahead. Did y'all see the car that passed? That's the car. I had to pay them to pass by while we were driving. I had to pay them $20 to come out here and pass by me. So, that's the traffic jam in this area. That's what I love, man. This is what I really enjoy. Just cruising. I'm going 35 miles an hour. Not a car behind me. Not a car around me. I'm surprised I haven't seen any border patrol and stuff. This goes to Rock Springs here. But anyway, back to the house. On Thanksgiving morning. Man, but my mother was an excellent cook. She really was. She really was. Everything she prepared from scratch, you know. But she would make, you know, she'd make pies, you know, chocolate pies, lemon meringue, all that stuff, whatever they call it. No, it was some damn good stuff, man. And yeah, she'd make, you know, and after in the afternoon she'd make some fudge and stuff. That was, yeah, but really the way it was. Not only that. after lunch, now was this thing? Yeah, I guess it was on Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas, not Christmas, but Thanksgiving. Yeah, we'd sit out on the front porch. We had a little front porch, not too big. I don't know, it probably was, I'm gonna guess, 10 by 15 front porch covered. And people would sit out there and talk, because we didn't have an air conditioner. We had one fan, a little oscillating fan. But we'd sit out there and make homemade ice cream. In the afternoon, after pigging out, we'd have ice cream. So everybody was healthy. But back then they were, because they worked hard. Guys back then out on farms and stuff worked hard. And there was always something to do. Boy, you never used if I'd have walked in a house with my dad sitting in his recliner, well, he didn't recline. It was just a chair with a footstool, and he'd sit there. And if I'd have walked in and said, "Hey, Dad, I'm bored," oh my God, he said, "Oh, really? Go rearrange the hay in the barn, restack it, turn them all around the other direction or something." No, he'd have come up with something. He was kind of like a military drill sergeant. But again, we're just cruising along, and I'm thinking out loud. But if any of you grew up sort of like I did, where you had family and friends over for Thanksgiving, and you know what I mean, it was a big deal, and the smells of all that food and cooking. And my mother made bread, homemade bread, and she had to let it rise in the oven and do all this stuff, and then she cooked it. And God Almighty, that was good. And we had homemade butter. Yep, we sure did. Yeah, we did. And boy, you try some of that on that homemade bread. Oh dog, make a meal out of that. But we'd eat so much. I don't know, but that was a tradition. It still is a tradition to overeat on Thanksgiving Day. Still, is that? Am I? Marginally, I will, because I just can't eat near as much now as I did years ago. And I know this is a great video because of the rain and crap, but I just wanted to do something today for Thanksgiving and let you know, all you guys that left those home remedies to help me get over this bronchitis or whatever it is. It's pretty mild. I mean, I haven't had any fever, mild coughing. My nose did drip a little bit, so it could have been a cold, a common cold. There's nothing you can do about it. You can give yourself what's called symptomatic relief, but you don't cure yourself. It's the same way with any virus. That's why I kind of laughed at the pandemic, because they never really found a, quote, cure for it, and they still haven't, never will, because viruses are very adaptable. But having said that, that doesn't have anything to do with Thanksgiving. What does have something to do with Thanksgiving is this drive right here. This reminds me of the old Kennedy, Texas area, where you could take a drive around some of those old Cook County roads, and I did, even back then. I did. I'd get in Daddy's pickup and just go cruising around old country roads by myself. Sure would. Or if anybody, if some of my old buddies in town, if I saw them, I'd pick them up. But if I didn't, I didn't worry about it. And I'd just go cruising around. Of course, the whole thrill was driving a car, because I was only about 10 years old. And I could drive that old standard shift pickup, 3-speed on the floor. Dodge, I think it was 47 or 49 Dodge pickup. And, oh yeah, shit, man. I had it down. I didn't even grind the gears, So, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I hope there's some good smells around your home and in the way of cooking and stuff. Or if not, use your imagination. You know what I mean? Don't ever leave yourself out. You've always got your imagination. So have a good day. Enjoy your life. And do it your way. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.